Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day practice question. Question was, the Plenipotentiary Conference is the highest policy making body of the International Telecommunication Union, that is ITU. The Plenipotentiary Conference 2022 or PP22 will be held in Bucharest, Prague, Buenos Aires or Madrid. The correct answer is option A, Bucharest. The Plenipotentiary Conference is the highest policy-making body of the International Telecommunication Union, that is ITU. Held every 4 years, it is the key event at which ITU member states decide on the future role of the organization, thereby determining the organization's ability to influence and affect the development of information and communication technologies, that is ICTs, worldwide. The Plenipotentiary Conference 2022 will be held in Bucharest, Romania from Monday 26 September to Friday 14 October 2022. Hence, option A is correct. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the International Civil Aviation Organization, that is ICAO. 1. The Paris Convention of 1944 is related to the ICAO. 2. Its headquarters are in Montreal. 3. It is a specialized agency associated with the United Nations, that is UN. 4. ICAO is an international aviation regulator. How many above given statement or statements is or are correct? Only one statement, only two statements, only three statements, or all the four statements? The correct answer is option B, only two statements. Recently, an MOU signed between International Solar Alliance, that is ISA, and ICAO. ICAO is funded and directed by 193 national governments to support their diplomacy and cooperation in air transport as signatory states to the Chicago Convention 1944. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Its permanent headquarters are in Montreal. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It is an intergovernmental specialized agency associated with the UN. Hence, statement 3 is correct. ICAO is not an international aviation regulator, as it cannot arbitrarily close or restrict a country's airspace, shut down routes. Hence, statement 4 is not correct. Therefore, option B is correct. It is dedicated to developing safe and efficient international air transport for peaceful purposes. Next question is, the Ministry of Tourism has developed a portal for festival events and live darshan across the country. This portal was launched in 2022 in New Delhi. What is the name of this portal? Prakash, Dekho Apna Desh, Utsav or Darshan? The correct answer is option C, Utsav. Appreciating the government's efforts for the development of the tourism sector in the country, the Vice President of India mentioned about innovative initiatives such as Dekho Apna Desh and Utsav portal. Ministry of Tourism has developed Utsav, a portal for festival events and live darshan across the country. This portal showcases the month-wise and state-wise calendar contents on festivals, events, and online puja and aarti. It was launched on the inaugural day of Amrit Samagam conference held on 12th and 13th April 2022 in New Delhi. The Utsav portal aims to showcase all the events, festivals and live darshans across India to promote different regions of the country as popular tourist destinations worldwide. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, the term reaction control system is related to nuclear power plant, quantum computers, augmented reality or missile technology. The correct answer is option D, missile technology. Recently, the DRDO on Tuesday successfully flight tested the Very Short Range Air Defense System, that is VSHO RADS missile in Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. The VSHO RADS is an air defense system designed and developed indigenously by Hyderabad-based Research Center Imarat of the DRDO. The test was conducted from a ground-based portable launcher. The missile incorporates many novel technologies including miniaturized reaction control system, that is RCS, and integrated avionics. Hence, option D is correct. Next question is, with reference to the biological diversities of the planet Earth, what does the term Sylphion denote? Species of plant, species of butterfly, species of marine fish, or species of Himalayan bird? The correct answer is option A, species of plant. A Mediterranean medicinal plant considered a cure all that mysteriously vanished 2000 years ago may still be around, a recent study claimed. A researcher from Istanbul University found a planet species Ferula drudenia in 2021 at 3 locations in modern-day Turkey that resembled the ancient plant Silphion. Hence, option A is correct. The resin of the Silphion was extensively used as a spice, perfume, aphrodisiac, contraceptive, and medicine. Silphion was used to treat various health problems including goiter, sciatica, toothache, intestinal disorders, hormonal disorders, epilepsy, tetanus, polyps, and malignant tumors. It occupied an important place in the export economy of ancient Cyrene, an old Greek and later Roman colony near northeastern Libya. Next question is, recently Zhurong rover that landed on Mars in 2021 has found evidence of major floods that took place billions of years ago by studying underground layers. Which of the following countries is associated with this rover? Japan, France, China, or USA? The correct answer is option C, China. China's Zhurong rover that landed on Mars in 2021 has found evidence of major floods that took place billions of years ago by studying underground layers. The rover is China's first mission to Mars. Hence, option C is correct. The rover with ground-penetrating radar identified 2 horizontal layers underneath its landing site Utopia Planitia in the northern half of the red planet. These are the rover's first results of the radar imager. Radio waves from the radar bounce off underground materials to reveal 2 crucial pieces of information about them. Their grain size and ability to hold an electric charge. Stronger signals typically indicate larger objects. Next question is, which of the following statements best reflects the aim of the Tamira SES project? Preservation of mangroves, protection of Asiatic lion, or restoration of a river? The correct answer is option D, restoration of a river. The district administration of Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu and Ashoka Trust for Research in Ecology and the Environment, that is ATREE, are using hyperlocal approach to restore river Thamirabarani. The restoration program is called the Tamira SES. The project aims to enable conditions for native biodiversity to thrive and maintain and enhance multiple ecosystem services to local stakeholders. The Indian Institute of Human Settlements, Bengaluru, and the Consortium for Dewards Dissemination Society are also knowledge partners in the project. Hence, option D is correct. The Thamirabarani is unique in many respects. It is the only perennial river in Tamil Nadu. It originates in the Potigai hills of the Western Ghats in the Tirunelveli district. The river flows through Tirunelveli and then neighboring Thuthukudi and ends in the Gulf of Mannar at Punakail. It thus originates and ends in the same state. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD. 1. The OECD came into being on 30 September 1961. 2. Its headquarters are in Paris. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The world economy will take a bigger hit than previously forecast next year due to the effects of Russia-Ukraine war, the OECD said recently. The forerunner of the OECD was the Organization for European Economic Cooperation, that is OEEC, which was formed to administer American and Canadian aid under the Marshall Plan for the reconstruction of Europe after World War II. The convention transforming the OEEC into OECD was signed at the Château de la Meute in Paris on 14 December 1960 and entered into force on 30 September 1961. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Its headquarters are based in Paris, France. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It works closely with the groupings like the G7 and the G20. Its aim is to advise governments on policies that support resilient, inclusive, and sustainable growth. Therefore, option C is correct. Next question is, it will replace a debit or credit card's 16-digit number and will be specific to just your card and specific for one merchant at a time. This will be known as mechanization, standardization, automatization, or tokenization. The correct answer is option D, tokenization. The Reserve Bank of India has directed payment aggregators, wallets, and online merchants not to store any sensitive card-related customer information, including full card details. The 16-digit card numbers will get replaced with a token. The only way that you can conveniently make a card payment repeatedly is through a new process called tokenization. Transactions using cards will remain unaffected by the card tokenization process. A unique token that is specific to just your card and specific for one merchant at a time will be given. The token masks the true details of your card, so in case there is a data leak from the merchant website, the fraudster cannot misuse the card. Tokens can be used for online transactions, mobile point-of-sale transactions, or in-app transactions. Hence, option D is correct. Next question is, this state is home to third largest tribal population of India, but it is the most diverse indigenous communities found in the country. The state has 62 tribes, including 13 particularly vulnerable tribal groups. This state has recently launched the Encyclopedia on Tribes. Which state is this? Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, or Jharkhand? The correct answer is option A, Odisha. Recently, Odisha has come up with the Encyclopedia on Tribes, documenting their age-old and unique traditions before they get entirely vanished from the circulation. Tribes, as per 2011 census, account for 22.85% of the Odisha's total population. Odisha is home to third largest tribal population of India, but it is the most diverse indigenous communities found in the country. The state has 62 tribes, including 13 particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Hence, option A is correct. 5 edited volumes of Encyclopedia of Tribes in Odisha, published by Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Research and Training Institute and Odisha State Tribal Museum in the Museum Complex, was released. The 3,800-page encyclopedia contains 418 research articles. Last question is, recently India's first avalanche monitoring radar installed in Ladakh, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, or Uttarakhand. The correct answer is option B, Sikkim. The Indian Army and the Defense Geoinformatics and Research Establishment, that is DGRE, have jointly installed the avalanche monitoring radar, first of its kind in India, in North Sikkim recently. Hence, option B is correct. Besides being used for detection of avalanches, this radar can also be employed to detect landslides. This radar uses a series of short microwave pulses which are scattered at the target and can detect an avalanche in less than 3 seconds. It is also linked to an alarm system enabling automatic control and warning measures in case an avalanche is triggered. Images and videos of the event are automatically recorded for future analysis by the experts. Now it's time for the practice question. The International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons has been observed annually on September 26th, September 27th, September 28th, or September 29th. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.